The mere fact that there are already talks of two formations in Mount Kenya should either be a blessing or a curse on UDA. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, Mount Kenya is key when it comes to William Ruto's re-election strategy, because going by the voting pattern with regards to results declared by Chebukati, Mount Kenya backing of William Ruto's presidential election was convincing. On more than 60% of votes were declared in favor of William Samoei Ruto, who is now the president going by the constitution. So the mere fact that there are already talks of two formations in Mount Kenya should either be a blessing or a curse on UDA party. Why am I saying so? Now, that's exactly what I want us to tackle in this analysis. But before we do that, I'd like to welcome you again to this analysis and encourage you to please support this channel by simply subscribing and liking this video. That is the only support I request from you. To those who supported us, thank you so much for your support, because without you, this channel cannot grow. So let's head over to this analysis. Recently, you've heard about the politics or the goings in Mount Kenya with what Maina Njenga has been saying, what Kanini Kega said, what Gachagua said, and the moves of the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So leaders in Mount Kenya have hinted at a second formation, that is namely Ukweli Mtu. Ukweli Mtu is alleged to be one of the formations in Mount Kenya that is meant to counter William Samoei Ruto's popularity in Mount Kenya. Of course, everybody knows that the popularity of UDA in Mount Kenya is dwindling. That popularity, the graph is going down, going by what is happening, because the formation of UDA in Mount Kenya was based on the fact that it was going to alleviate people from their hustlers' nature. That's not what is happening. And because of that reason, the formation of UDA and the popularity of UDA in Mount Kenya is suffering. Exactly. That's going by the remarks and what Mount Kenya leaders said previously. If you want all those people who have been following Mount Kenya, because I personally have been following the goings of Mount Kenya and looking at how most vocal leaders who are in UDA saizi wamenyamaza, most of the vocal leaders. And also, if you go to the remarks of people like Moses Kuria, their remarks seems to be, people are either this side. You can't tell really whether they are in Azimio or they want to be in Azimio, or whether they are in Kenya Kwanza. Of course, we know Moses Kuria is William Ruto's buddy, and that's why he is still in cabinet. But the truth of the matter is that Moses Kuria is looking at his future past 2027, and that explains why in that meeting in Kiambu, Moses Kuria had to make statements which were pretty confusing. You won't tell whether he is still advocating for UDA ama ni kama anajipanga kutoka UDA. Going by what Moses Kuria said kwa hiyo forum, kwa hiyo forum, and especially what Waititu also said, because Waititu is known to be William Ruto's friend, but Waititu made comments ambazo zilionyesha kwamba yeye pia ni kama anajitoa kwa UDA. So that's why this Ukweli Mtu formation, I look at it and say that probably people like Waititu are going to be part of Ukweli Mtu. And Ukweli Mtu, according to the way it's being formed, it is a bit different from Kamwene Forum, whereby Kamwene is basically Azimio leaders, most of them Azimio leaders. But this Ukweli Mtu is alleged to be part of partly UDA, partly Jubilee, but again, what has it that it's partly people from UDA. So it's a formation that is of people who are feeling, they are feeling like they are not comfortable being in Kenya Kwanza anymore. So they are looking for an alternative outfit. So Ukweli Mtu is basically an alternative outfit. So that's why I'm saying that the popularity in UDA in Mount Kenya is suffering. You know, what Infotrack released, giving William Ruto a D and Gachagua an E, or vice versa, giving that kind of ratings, hiyo tayari is sending a mixed signal in Mount Kenya. So Mount Kenya is slowly slipping away from William Ruto. I mean, that's what I see. I don't know what your takes are regarding this, but to my understanding, Mount Kenya is slowly slipping away from the UDA. You know, if you compare last year, somewhere in December to February, leaders in Mount Kenya, the way walikuwa naongea, vile walikuwa naongea, you would think that the world belongs to them. You know, someone like Sabina Chege Kanini Kega, venye walikuwa naongea, you would think that they are going to be the next presidents of this republic. But if you look at what Kanini Kega is saying, and Sabina Chege, especially Kanini Kega, when it comes to Kanini Kega, he said something. There's a time there when Raila Amolo Odinga had attended Oburu Odinga's birthday, the brother, and Kalonzo Musyoka was there. Now, Raila praised Kalonzo. The moment he praised Kalonzo, Kanini Kega took this narrative and said, if Raila is not going to vie in 2027, then Mount Kenya people will not have that enthusiasm to vote in their numbers. And going by what Kanini Kega said, I could only make one thing from that statement, that maybe the people in Mount Kenya have been voting in their numbers because of Amtaki Raila, according to what Kanini Kega said. But if you look at the happenings now in Mount Kenya, the opposite is the case. Those people in Mount Kenya saizi, nyimbo ni kwamba wanamtaka Raila aseme kitu. In fact, some of them are going to an extent of saying that tuliwa advice na hamkusikia. The prediction by many analysts, you know, about the maneuver of this purported formation, ukweli mtu, that prediction, that is going to water down the influence of UDA in Mount Kenya, I think that prediction could come to be true. Mimi naona kama hilo swala linaweza fanyika kwa sababu it was very successful for UDA to form itself around the fact that it is going to deal with the issue of hustlers. But now it's pretty difficult for again the same formation or the same people to now say they are going to deal with the hustlers, because that is not what is happening on the ground. And the truth of the matter is that the policies of UDA, ndo zinaramba UDA. The policies of UDA, this heavy taxation, especially mambo ya housing fund, hii ndio itaramba UDA, because what Kimani Ichung'wah did, the move to now introduce another bill that is going to bring in all people from Kenya, whether wewe tajiri ama wewe si tajiri, kila mtu alipe housing levy. Hilo swala tu ndio litamaliza UDA, kwa sababu the people in Mount Kenya watajiona kwamba sasa tunalazimishwa kulipa na tuko na boma, wako na boma na wanalazimishwa kulipa, na wao nyumba hata hawana haja nao, maybe hawataenda town, lakini wanalazimishwa kulipa. Hilo swala tu litamaliza UDA Mount Kenya. So what do you think of this Ukweli Mtu formation, a new party that is being formed, Ukweli Mtu? This should be bad news to UDA and Kenya Kwanza in totality. Just go below the comment section and offer your reaction to that formation, the new formation of Ukweli Mtu. Now perhaps if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, please just take 1 second and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to give this video a like to enable YouTube to share our video to other people. Now, for those who've supported us before, I want to say that I'm forever grateful for that support, because without you, this channel cannot grow. So until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.